Yo, we back, baby. Welcome to my channel, man. It's Zipperoni. Thank you guys for coming over from the Twitch channel, or Ohana, or Odd Squad if you guys are from there. Thank you guys for visiting the channel. And if you guys are for old subscribers, thank you guys so much for coming back and visiting one of my new videos. As y'all can tell, we went through some pretty big changes. A lot has changed, and we'll get into that in a different video. Or if you guys come by the stream, maybe we'll sit down and talk about it for a little bit. We'll jam out, smoke, and talk about the changes. But other than that, as you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to be getting into more World of Warcraft content consistently. That's what we're going to be focusing on. We're still a variety gamer. We still play quite a few different games on stream. We'll be making some videos here and there, but we are going to focus on the World of Warcraft content. So today, we are going to be going over the top 10 things I wish I knew and my friends knew when we first got into World of Warcraft. Hopefully this helps you guys get into the game a little bit smoother, kind of evens out the playing field, and helps you guys stay as efficient as possible, really. So thank you guys very much. Hope you guys subscribe, like the video. Catch you in the next one. Alright, so the very first thing I want to talk about is Curse Forge, and that is the add-on application that's used through Overwolf, or partnered with Overwolf, in order to have add-ons loaded into World of Warcraft. Highly suggested in order to make things more efficient, more enhanced, to make the UI cleaner. So I'm going to show you the top 3 to 5 add-ons that I suggest you get as a very brand new player that aren't too overwhelming and that will truly help you and assist you in making things a little bit more understandable and easy. So first we're going to cover the most utilized add-ons as a new player that won't overwhelm you. The first one that I suggest is Auctionator. What this does is it allows you to place the items that you want to sell in the auction into the sell tab, and it'll automatically look for the best price. You can just go ahead and list it and make the most amount of money. You don't have to do too much digging, too much research. You can still pay attention to what it's doing, what it's reading, what it's looking up, so that way you can understand the research better yourself as you continue to play. But it's not needed with this add-on. This add-on will really make things pretty efficient and pretty automated for you. We're going to go look at that add-on called Auctionator, and we're going to go ahead and head into one of the auctions to show you guys exactly what this looks like. So it'll pop up that welcome to Auctionator. It'll tell you what version you're on. You can read up on the patch notes if you want, but I just go ahead and close out. It's pretty self-explanatory in its own. So if you go to sell, it'll pop up the quantity, buyout price, duration, deposit, total price, all that good stuff, right? So let's find Rune Cloth. It'll automatically look up all these current sells, tell me who the seller is. It'll look up the unit price. It'll tell me the suggested price that I listed for. I go ahead and hit create auction, and I'm good to go. Most of the time, within minutes. I'm not sure how many people want Rune Cloth right now, but we're going to go ahead and move my cam, and we're going to watch this chat in the bottom left. Most of the time, items will sell within minutes. So I really do suggest that add-on. The second add-on that I do suggest you get is Postal. Postal right here will allow all the mailboxes to link, so that way there's a drop down. You can select the character and then mail your items back and forth. The old school mailbox within World of Warcraft makes you type the character name, and you have to search for it to pop up as a recent. It's a little bit more of a hassle in case you've never mailed to an alt or you've never mailed to a new character. They'll just automatically be in that drop down menu. You can go ahead and select it, mail it. It makes it super easy. The third add-on that I suggest getting right here is called DBM, called Deadly Boss Mods. As you level up, you're going to get into access what are called dungeons, then it'll go into delves, and then you'll be getting into raids and mythics. This Deadly Boss Mods will actually talk to you and signal to you when to move. It'll tell you the abilities of bosses. It'll tell you what to pay attention to. So I highly suggest getting this add-on, paying attention to what it does, and possibly looking up a couple of videos behind the add-on for more of an explanation, or just reading up on it a little bit. But I definitely suggest getting DBM through Curse Forge. This will help you definitely survive through dungeons and kind of help you learn a little bit faster, other than relying on other players walking you through the new mechanics. This next add-on that I suggest is called Bagnon. It's not a huge difference maker, but it is for UI, and it also opens up your bags into one big bag, so that way you're not searching through 5 different little windows. It cleans it up a little bit. You can drag it all around freely. It tracks your gold. If you hover over the gold, it'll tell you the balance amongst all your characters. It won't just tell you the balance of one character. You can attach different currencies right to the bag, and there's a little bit more room than the original bags. So it is pretty handy. It's pretty nifty. Makes things a little cleaner. Makes things a little more efficient, in my opinion, just because it keeps everything together. You can organize it. You can see things a little easier. And like I said before, make sure you guys are checking often to make sure there's no updates. As soon as you see an update, just go ahead and hit that update button, update it, close CurseForge, reopen WoW. You are going to need to have WoW closed when you update these. So keep that in mind. Just make sure your add-ons are updated so that you don't run into any problems along the way. Good morning, YouTube. Something that I didn't think about last night, it didn't dawn on me at all until Sir Elliton. I'll link his profile here, or actually in that black box up there, I'll pop his profile up. Go check his Twitch out and check out his YouTube channel and also his TikTok. He's been hitting all of the platforms. Great content, funny dude, down to earth. Go check him out for sure. Give him credit for this one. Yeah, he was mentioning the keybinds, and he's absolutely right. Having to spread your hand across the keyboard can be draining, and it can take away from the movement, especially if you're looking to get into PvP. People ask me how I'm able to have so many macros, keys, while staying so responsive. And the trick is this MMO mouse. As you can see, there's 12 buttons there for my thumb to sit on. And then when you hold Alt, Control, and Shift, it modifies the key. So you have an Alt 1 through 12, a Shift 1 through 12, and a Control 1 through 12. So you've got 36 keys, potentially just on your thumb, as well as your WASD, your 1 through 3 that you can kind of reach, your F, R, G, T. You can kind of still use those a little bit. The apostrophe by the 1, your F1 through F4 keys. So those are some keybinds that can kind of help you out if you're having trouble as you're gaining the abilities or as you're learning macros. And we could definitely get into videos on more specific details on everything that we covered here today. But there you go. I definitely suggest an MMO mouse if you're looking to get into World of Warcraft a little more, or you're enjoying yourself and you see yourself continuing to play it. An MMO mouse will definitely help you out. You can either get the Razer Naga or the Corsair Scimitar. So those are the two brands that I highly suggest for an MMO mouse. All right, we are loading in here on my Death Knight. It's a level 25, so I know that's a little bit ahead of where you guys are going to come in at first, obviously. You guys are going to load in at level 1. But I am going to walk you guys through a couple of small things that hopefully should help your guys' efficiency. Help you guys move a little bit smoother, especially if you're a content creator. This will definitely help spicing up your knowledge of the game. It'll make you kind of look like a vet. So let's go over a couple things. Let's go over here to any vendor. I'm going to show you guys a way that you can buy multiple items without sitting there spam clicking an item. I see a lot of people sitting there buying one stack after one stack. If you go ahead and shift left click, it'll actually open up this little window that not a lot of people know about, and you can toggle these arrows to how many stacks or how many items you want to buy. If they sell a stack, it'll say stack. If they sell a single item, it'll say item. Some of them you can even highlight this, type in 250, and buy 250 of the single item. So that'll help you speed things up. That'll help you hurry up, get in and out of a purchase, and move on to your next task, whatever you got to get to doing. The next thing that not a lot of people know about, but it is right in front of us, is with the new system, there is a summon random favorite mount. So if you go through and favorite a couple of different mounts, you can go ahead and just use one button. And when you're in an area that you can fly in, it'll automatically summon a flying mount. So that way you don't have to worry about it. And also what I didn't know, that brings me to my next point, is this old flight mechanic. A lot of people didn't know that it's still in the game. So you can actually go into here, go into skywriting, and there's a little drop down button that says switch flight style. So you can switch back to your old flight style of the game and continue to levitate there instead of using the old or the new dragon flight, where you're boosting through the sky and doing barrel rolls and you run out of speed and have to land and regenerate. So I thought that was pretty nifty. If you guys didn't know that, you can actually go back to the old style. This is how I prefer to fly around. I'm an old head, so I prefer this old style where I can kind of just sit here and look at my flying mount. So when you jump into the game, there's going to be an overwhelming amount of content, I'm not going to lie. But there is an adventure guide down here. You can either hit Shift J, or you can go down to this bottom taskbar and hit the little red dungeon book. Go to suggested content, and right here in this main left window is where you're most likely going to see that current suggested content for your current level. You can go through here and pick any of this, or you can open up the map and you can look at any area that you would like to go to. Honestly, I don't suggest doing this. Obviously, there's a huge map. When you first get in, quest through your starting area, take it slow, follow the main quest line, do some of the side quests, familiarize yourself with how the game works, how many quests are typically in a campaign, figure out what the campaign is. Your main campaign will pop up with a little banner like this. Side quests will pop up with a little round quest icon. You can do them all. They'll level you up. If you're concerned about wasting time, just make sure that your campaign is up to date and you're moving along. If your campaign's in a different area than some of your other side quests, go ahead and ditch all those side quests and leave them behind and continue on with your main campaign to make sure that the side quests that you are picking up are giving you that maximum amount of XP, because as you move on to a new area, the quests are going to lower in XP even though things are still scaling with your level. So keep that in mind. It may be a little confusing, but just make sure you're staying up to date with the location of your campaign quests. Alright guys, so to start things off, we're going to literally start from the very beginning. You guys are going to jump into the game, you guys are going to come here and you're going to create a character, right? You're going to be very confused with all these races, with all these classes, and all these different specs, and all this different type of information, and what to do with it, right? You got all these different racial traits, you got all these different passives, you got some different races that have an ability that they get. You want to make sure that you're as efficient as possible sometimes, or maybe you just don't care and you want the cosmetic. If all you care about is cosmetic, don't let anything influence that. You can play whatever you like, you can always make it work. There's no such thing as just going with the meta, like Call of Duty or something. Obviously, there is going to be some things that are found to be a little bit better, but play what you like, play what you think you're going to enjoy at the end of the day. That's my true advice, and that's what most players are going to tell you. But if you want the honest opinion, what's going to be fair, what's going to be most easiest to get into the game and kind of learn everything, is either a hunter or a warlock. And the reason is because it kind of gives you that utility that you need to survive. It gives you some assistance with the pets. Hunter and warlock both get a pet. They're both ranged, so you don't have to worry about getting into things. It kind of gives you that ability to learn a little bit more. So those are my two suggestions, as a hunter or a warlock. Other than that, just play what you want to learn and what you think you're going to enjoy. Now we're going to hop over to a fresh level 70. If you guys are just getting into the game, you're buying the expansion, or you're returning and you're getting the expansion, you're obviously going to get that level 70 character boost. So we're going to hop in on a fresh level 70. We're going to talk about the fastest way to get from 70 to 80. And then we're going to take a step back and talk about making a new character and leveling from 0 or 1 all the way to 80 the fastest way possible. Alright, so we're here on this fresh level 70 on my Night Elf Druid, and as you can tell, the campaign quest automatically loads up, which is amazing. You have that little banner right here. There's those round quest logos that I was talking about, or the icons for your side quests. So this is the one that you're going to want to focus on. The War Within, that's the new expansion. That's the new area that you're going to want to head to. So you can either hit the scroll, or you can go ahead and travel over there and take the portal yourself. Go ahead and hit the scroll. It's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about flying or traveling anywhere. Go ahead and hit that scroll icon on the right hand side. And that's another tip. A lot of people don't know the quest items load up over there. They're always searching around on the screen. They don't know to look all the way to the right. So if you guys are stuck on a quest, or you guys have an item that you need to use for a quest, it's going to be over there on the right, little square icon, or there's an extra button that pops up somewhere around here, down by the main area or by the chat box. What you just seen there, I returned to the main quest that told me to come here to the War Within, and then I picked up the next two campaign quests here, and as you can see, that's sparkling in the back. It's telling me to go ahead and do my next objective. This is how you start the campaign, and this is the fastest way you're going to level from 70 to, I'd say, about 73 or 74. You are going to notice it's going to slow down quite a bit, and that's when I would suggest getting a group of friends or people that you meet while you're playing. I'm a healer, so I would get really fast queues. If I go ahead and find dungeon, hover down here, it says average wait time is about 67 seconds. Boom, I have 3 DPSs ready to go. All we need is a tank, and I'm good to go for a dungeon. I can go ahead and spam those and go ahead and do dungeons and get better gear as I go, plus some decent sellable items while I'm running those dungeons from about 73 to 80. But I don't suggest doing that for your first character. I suggest just taking your time, going through the entire campaign, and that is how you're going to level up the fastest. And then you can also unlock the full end game content from Season 2, which is the Undermine location, which is badass. I highly suggest you guys complete the campaign if you have not yet, and go check out Undermine. Check out the full Season 2 end game content. 5 or 4 more days, we get the next little release of it, and then March 4th, which I believe is that 5-day mark from now, I believe. So March 4th is that next release of some more content for Season 2, and I cannot wait. I hope you guys are leveled up. I hope you guys are ready to go for that, and I really hope this video helped you guys figure out some of the most efficient ways to get into World of Warcraft. And if you didn't know some of these and you're already an experienced player, I'm glad now you know. Never hurts to learn something new. I appreciate you guys coming by the video. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Again, I am live on Twitch every single day for at least 4 to 16 hours. If you guys want to hop over there and check it out, link is going to be in the description. Link is also in the About tab on my YouTube channel. Love you guys. Appreciate you coming by the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to check out some more videos. Hit the like button if it helped. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.